I'd like to start this off with a warning. This story is a deep dive into my oldest OC0. This story will include mentions of death, child abandonment, and the death of a child. Zero's story starts in the Crystal Empire, before Sombra came to rule. His parents, moving to the Crystal Empire due to his mother's job. There they had 3 kids, Taima, a strong flyer like her father, Zakai, Zero's birth name, and their younger sister Naomi. As a full Zero struggled to perform the simplest of spells, while his younger sister Naomi flourished with magic, finding it easier to use. He grew jealous of his sisters, as they got all their parents' attention due to their achievements as he fell behind. He felt isolated, but he had his friend missed from school. She was a shy Pegasus who could barely get off the ground due to her emeraldly large wings. The two got along well due to failing basic milestones for their ages, often skipping school to practice and try and catch up with ponies their age. One day Miss couldn't make it for their weekly school ditch, so Zero found himself in the largest library in the Crystal Empire. A book of simple spells his younger sister already mastered in front of him. He was struggling the basic spells and was getting frustrated and more upset. He didn't understand why he lacked the same ability any unicorn his age had. He jumped at a large, heavy and dusty book fell onto the table in front of him. A stallion covered in a grimy clock spoke.
Try the first spell in this.
Then the stallion left without another word. Zero, ready to try anything, opened the old book to the first spell, and finally found he was able to levate the book. His first spell at long last. He was excited, running all the way home to show off to his family. He couldn't stand still as his family gathered in the main room, his sisters looking on hopeful that their brother could finally do a spell. Then it all went wrong. He attempted the levitation spell once more on a small toy. It levitated, but his mother snapped out at him for using a spell he shouldn't. The fool was confused and startled. He hadn't realized his usual blue glow of magic was a distorted mix of purple and green. Unfortunately, due to this sudden startle, the spell went haywire. His older sister Taima was the most unfortunate. A beam of magic shot out of Zero's horn, hitting his older sister directly. Due to Taima standing up for him, Zero felt horrible, seeing what he did on accident. His parents shooting at him, but he can't make any of it out. His father taking his younger sister Naomi away into another room. As his mother continues to yell at Zero, this only escalates further as his mother told Zero to leave and never come back. That's when Zero snapped back to reality. His mother wouldn't let him apologize and just shove him out into the cold night. Now alone with nowhere to go, the fool starts to wander the streets as tears stream down his face. That's when he ran into the stallion who had given him the book. The stallion faked concern, asking what had happened, and Zero told him everything. The stallion introduced himself as Sombra, telling Zero about the book he had shown him, and pointing out Zero got his cutie mark from using dark magic. Sombra then offered to take Zero in to teach him everything he knows. Zero immediately agrees, taking on his new name Zero as a way to distance himself from his family. As he grew, he studied under Sombra, helping him take over the Crystal Empire. He developed dark spots on his horn, face and flank the more often he used dark magic. After Sombra fell, Zero did everything he could to bring back his master, eventually coming across a spell to grant him wings. He believed being an alicorn and having a lifespan of 1 will help him bring Sombra back. Unfortunately, every time he tries, he was stopped by the elements of harmony. Over time, he gave up in his mission of bringing back Sombra, especially after being given mercy by Twilight and her friends on Pinky's thoughts. He was just lonely. Pinky threw many parties for him, in hopes to get a smile out of him. Zero did also find an abandoned foal who he felt sorry for. And since he has had a son called Vex, who he ensures never fails the same way he did as a foal. Vex is also a powerful unicorn, but with a damaged horn. He exhausts himself often were his spells. What do you think? Is Zero just a lonely old stallion like Pinkie Pie thinks? Or is he playing with Pinky's trust?